Hi everybody, Patty Ann here. Hang on. Today's coffee mug is brought to you by Santa Claus. You know, it's December 23rd, 2 more days. He'll be coming down your chimney. Anyway, hopefully he's bringing you a Cricut Maker or a Cricut Explorer if you don't have one. Okay, so today I'm going to continue on with showing you how to make stickers. These are some stickers that I got that were free on a site called Mom Envy, and my Cricut machine was able to cut them out perfectly. See that? And I can just stick it in my sticker book, or I could put it in a planner or on a scrapbook page, or even make labels like this to go on jars for organization in my kitchen. Anyway, so this is my planner book that I'm using. It's a Happy Planner. That's what it's called, the brand. And this is actually the large one. So this is what I will be making, the size I'll be making my stickers to fit. So let's travel over here to the website that I used to find some of these free stickers that you can download, print on your computer, on your printer, and then cut with your Cricut machine. So I went to a site called Mom Envy, and then I came here where it says Freebies, and I came down to Planner Accessories. I clicked on that, and then I scrolled through until I found one that I really liked, and it was this really colorful one, Free Peeps planner stickers. Isn't that cute? Look how cool that looks. So then I kept scrolling down, gives you some more information. And you have to keep scrolling down, and you may have to join this website. There's no cost at all involved, but I did join, and I'm not sure if you have to, so you'll have to check that part out. But see, Free Peeps planner stickers, and you have to keep going down. Here's directions on how to download them, and then download finally here. So you can click here to download the mini Happy Planner files or the classic Happy Planner style files, and I have the big one, remember? So I'm going to click on the big one, and then I'm going to say okay. I'm going to save it. Now I've already done this, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but see, well, I can, I suppose. I'm going to say save, and it's going to say I already have one. Do I want to replace it? Yes. I always put stuff in my download folder, so when I come to my download folder, actually I have all these different folders that I've put in here. And I actually made one for the Happy Planner. So I'm going to open that. Here's the zipped file that I need. I click on that, and it's going to open all of this stuff, but it's not quite ready to use yet. I've got to extract it all, and I'm going to extract it into the same folder. I'm just going to say extract. It's probably going to tell me it's already done it. I'll just say skip these files because I already have them. Okay, so this is what I ended up with. If you can't see yours like this, you might want to come up here to view extra large icons if you want to get an idea of what you're doing, or large icons, medium, medium, small icons. Ooh, they're really small, I guess. Okay, and then there's different things that you can do. Sometimes I have mine just in list, and it's kind of hard to tell what's what. So the extra large works for my eyeballs. So notice there are silhouette files here. I don't have a silhouette, I have a Cricut. So I'm going to use these files up here. And if I hover over one of them, you can see that the item type is a JPEG, JPG file. That's what I want. So there are 3 different JPEG files. And I think I'll just choose the first one to open up in my Cricut. So let me close this and close this, and then come over to Cricut Design Space and click on New. And then I'm going to upload, and I've already done this, so you'll see it right here, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to upload an image. Now you can upload patterns over here, and I'll show you more about that someday. But today we're going to upload an image. I'm going to browse to find it. These are the image types that I can use. Let's browse. So if you look over here, you see the first word where it says image type and it says JPG. If you look down here on your Cricut Design Space, notice that's one of the files that it will accept. Now there's another type of file in here called a PDF file. If you look down here, Cricut Design Space doesn't take PDF files, and they don't take Silhouette Studio documents either. So my option is to take the JPEG file, click on it to insert it, and say open. Okay, there it is. Now there is a problem with this uploaded image if I want to use it to cut in my Cricut machine, and I'll show you why. If I say complex and continue, and I come up here to the upper right hand corner and click on the minus, the zoom out or minus button, you can kind of see what this looks like. And if I click preview, this shows you what's going to cut on a cut file. Okay, that is not what we want. We don't want a big old rectangle cut, right? So I'm going to hide the preview, and I'm going to go to these tools up here. Now this is what I need to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this background because I don't want my machine to just cut all along this box. So I'm going to come up here to select and erase and click somewhere in the white border, and you'll notice it turns it all to checkerboard, which means there's nothing there, which means if we peek now at preview, look what it's going to cut. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to cut, right? Well, almost. There's this extra stuff up here, and I don't want those little letters to just cut out by themselves, and I don't want this to cut out. So I come up here to erase, and then I can start erasing things, and I can change the size of the eraser. I want to make it a lot bigger. See how big it is? You can see the round dot that's circling around. That's how big the eraser is. So I'm going to start erasing this. And I'm also going to erase now. I think I'll just come in a little further so I can see it better. I'm going to erase this. And I'm purposely not going to get it all erased so I can show you. Then I'm going to preview. And look, so I got all of the stuff on the right hand side erased, but I missed erasing some of this. So I need to erase that and the text that was at the top that I don't want. So I'm going to finish erasing this. And let's say I accidentally cut into this. Oh, I can hit the undo button, and it does that. The undo button was right up here in the right hand corner. All right, so now I got to scroll to the top and get rid of this stuff. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop, because I want to crop it really closely to these images. So I'm going to crop it. Crop all the way down here. Okay, let's see. Let's zoom out. Perfect. Okay, now I don't think there's anything else I have to do, but maybe I'll preview it one more time. Okay, I don't see anything I need to clean up. No stray schnipsels of anything. You know, there's one more thing I'm going to do, and you see this long thing hanging down here? I'm going to crop that or get rid of that so it's not so long, so I have more space to put a few more things here. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to erase some of this. Maybe I'll just start right there and just erase down. Okay, let's preview it. Oh, I missed some, look. It's hard to tell sometimes, right? Ooh. Let's preview again. All right, looks like I got it all. So I'm going to continue now. Okay, here it is. We're going to save it as a print, then cut. And you know, I usually say print and cut. And I think that confuses some people. They think when they get their Cricut machine and it's brand new that it'll print this page, but that's not the case. You have to print it in your printer and then you put it into your Cricut Maker or your Explorer and it cuts it. So I'm going to save it as a print then cut, and I'm going to label it. Here it tells me that it's the Big Happy Planner Peeps, page number 1 from Mom Envy. So I can just put down Peeps and Mom Envy and planner stickers. And that's probably enough. Okay, gonna save. Okay, it's coming in now. Here we go. It's going to be this one right here. All right, uploaded. Now I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say insert images. And I'm not exactly sure what size this is going to come in, but I'm going to change it so that it'll fit on my print and cut for the Cricut. In the meantime, what I'm going to do while we're waiting for this is I'm going to come back to my planner and I'm going to see, okay, it has come in, so I'm going to show you something up here. Let's see. You see this box right here? I want that box right there to be able to fit over here on my planner. Can you see that area right there? Okay, here we go. Right here. I want it to be able to fit right here. So what I need to do is I want to take this measuring tape and get an idea of how big this is, the area I can fit this thing in. So I'd say it's like about 1.75 or 1 3/4 by, let's say, I'd say 4 3/4. I better write that down. I'll forget. So I said, let's say 1 3/4 or 1.75 by, let's say, do I dare do 4.75? Sure, why not? 4.75. So that's about how much space there is right here. So that's about how big I want this first guy to be. I'm coming up here to shapes on the left hand side, and I'm going to choose the square. And now on my square, I'm going to unlock this box down here, the lock, unlock the lock, so that I can change the proportions of this however I want. So now it's unlocked up here as well. And as I said, I'm going to make it 1.75 wide by, I'll see if I didn't write this down, I would not remember, 4.75. Okay. Wow. Really? Look how much too big that is. Holy moly. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go out like this, and then I'm going to pull this down and pull this down, and I'm going to start shrinking this thing up so that it's going to fit kind of that. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try something else instead. what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this up here so that the height is 9.25, 9.25, enter, and that's going to change the width as well, which is 6.69. So let's go back and make this bigger again. So you know, 9.25 by 6. Okay, this should fit on my page. Let's see, let's go to make it. And it does, it fits perfectly. But remember this space down here I said? And you remember how I like to be frugal? Well, I'm going to cancel this. And I'm going to add a couple of shapes down here. Maybe I'll add a couple of stars. Or maybe I'll add a star and a heart. There's the star. Okay, I want to make sure that that's still not too wide. Okay. And so what I should do is open up a box and make it the size that I can make this, so I can see what I can do. So once again, I'm going to unlock this, come up here and make this 9.25 tall, and 6.75 wide. Okay, so that's how big I can make it. I'm going to right click on it and say send to back, because I'm going to put it behind this so I can see what space I have yet to work on. Not much, right? But my star will fit there. And I'm going to change the color of the star to yellow. And I actually think I'll duplicate the star and make 2 of them. And I'm also going to make a heart. Come over to shapes, get the heart, and change the heart to pink. Try to get a pink that's somewhere near. That's close. So there's the pink heart. Put that there. And down here I could probably fit a circle. So I'm just trying to be frugal and use every bit of my sticker paper that I have. That's not really close. I wish they had a an eyedropper where I could pick the exact color. That'll work though. And so there's one other thing that I can do. Let's say I want to put text on these stickers, these free stickers. Now remember, I can come here to the text tool, and suppose I want to put labels on these like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I can start typing in. I want to do it all in caps, and I'm using Cricut Sans right now. That's just what comes up. I'm doing Sunday, and I happen to know if I change the font size up here to about 13, it should fit. Enter. Okay, there's Sunday. And then I will put Monday on this one. And I could continue on doing this. And I'll change the font size again to about 13. I know 13 won't work on Wednesday because I've actually tried this before and there are a lot more letters. Okay, so you get that idea. So let's see, maybe I want to write the word cheers in this one. So I'm going to do the text tool and I'm going to type in cheers. But I'm going to change the font. There's one that's so cute that I love. I'm going to come up here and start scrolling down where the fonts are. It's really cute. Oh, here it is, this one. I really think it's cute. I just like all those little swirlies and stuff. So I'm going to change the letter spacing though, because they're kind of spaced far apart. So I come up here to where it says letter space and I start clicking it and they get closer together. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't like how far away the C is, so I'm going to ungroup these temporarily and I'm going to move him over all by himself. There we go. I can even let him touch. And that's fine. I'm not sure if I like all capital letters, but for this purpose it's fine. So now I'm going to group them again. And I'm going to bring them down because I said I was going to put them on here. So bring them down. I can see they're way too big. So I can make them smaller. Now if I want to, I can make them a little taller too. If I unlock the lock, I can make them a little taller like that. Okay, like I said, I think I would change my mind about the font that I used, but you get the idea. So now watch. This is where you might make a mistake. If I go to make it, okay, notice all this. There's no text here. There are no little circles or hearts or anything over here. No text on this. What? They're all over here. It thought it was supposed to cut the heart and cut the circle and cut the stars. Nah, that's not what I wanted. Cut the lettering out? No. Let's go back. Cancel. Here's what you need to do. First of all, remember we have that box back here. We don't want that. We want to hide that. I need to find the box over here on my layers panel and hide it. It's that square. Okay, that's the first thing I wanted to do. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box around all of this, which grabs everything. Notice it's all kind of gray now, meaning it's all selected except for that box because I don't want it. What we want to do is select everything and go to flatten. So make it. It says one thing is too large. What is too large? Let's see. 6.75. Oh, look at. Somehow this changed. If you look up here, remember the dimensions we're allowed to have? 6.75. And this says 6.77. The width has gotten just a tiny bit too wide. So I'm going to. There are several things I could do. I could just leave this locked and change this to 6.75, or I could unflatten this because I have a feeling that maybe it's some of this stuff over here. I'm going to move it over just a hair bit, and move this one over a tiny bit, and move this over a tiny bit, and move this over a tiny bit. So this way I don't have to make the images smaller. I'm going to try this and see what happens. First though, I need to go back here and flatten everything. I need to make sure I grab everything when I'm flattening. Okay, flatten. All right, and now I'm going to try to make it. And let's see if that fixed it. Yep, it did. That's what it was. So now I'm ready to print. So I'm going to continue. And I'm going to send this to my printer. See, it says print image on a printer, send to printer. So that's the first thing I have to do is I have to get out a piece of my sticker or printable vinyl from Cricut and put that in my printer. Okay, this is what I'm using, the printable vinyl from Cricut. And it has two different sides to it. I don't know if you can see that this side's glossier, and it has the word Cricut on it, and it has the grid. This is the side that will not print. The other side is the one you want to print on. In my printer, I put the side I want to print on face down. So I'm going to put it face down with the Cricut words up towards me. put it in my computer, or not my computer, my printer, like that. Okay, now I've got my printable vinyl already in my printer over there loaded, and I'm going to click on Send to Printer, and it's going to ask me what printer I have. So I have to use this drop down to find the one I'm going to use, and it happens to be this HP OfficeJet 4630. Click on that. I'm going to leave bleed on. Now, something else you may want to check on your printer, if you have options, is when this box pops up, I want to make sure that I have it set to best for the printing quality. I want it to be best. So here's this little box that pops up. And for preferences, I'm just going to leave it as plain paper and best quality. Okay, you guys, it's done printing. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, since I had bleed on, it looks a little bit fuzzy on the edges, but that's okay because that's where it's going to be cut off, and to make sure I don't have any white corners or edges on it, as I had shown you in a previous video. So now what I need to do is up here, I've already printed it, so I've got to connect to my Cricut device now, and I happen to have the Explorer Air. And while that is connecting, I'll get my mat. And notice what comes up on my screen, because I still have my machine cut set to custom over there. And one of my favorites is printable vinyl. And that's exactly what it should be set at, printable vinyl. So I'm going to click on that. So notice it's set to printable vinyl. I'm going to leave it on default. I'm going to make sure that I put my sticker paper, you see how it's oriented on the screen with the yellow "Oh for Peeps Sake" box in the upper left? I'm going to make sure that I do the same thing on this when I put it on my mat. Okay, just like this. All right, so I can say done up here. And now I'll put this into my machine, and it's ready to start cutting. But first, remember what it does first. It checks to see where those little marks are. The black edging, the border, the registration marks. You see the light that's on underneath? That's looking for those lines. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a problem I had with those lines and how I solved it. I didn't take a video, but I have still pictures, and I'll narrate them so that you'll find out. It's a tip on what to do if your machine can't read the black lines. So hang on to the end for that. Okay, it's all cut out and it's perfect. Now what I failed to tell you was, you can really personalize some of these with your friends' names, or if you're giving this as a gift. I know the little gal that I made a few stickers for and gifted her a happy planner. I put her name on one of the stickers and she just loved that part. She's in 6th grade, so what's that make her, like 12? So anyway, so you'll see these just are perfect. They peel off perfectly. They're just really cute. So thanks for joining me. Now stay tuned, because I'm going to show you what happens if you don't have this box around here nicely and your machine keeps saying it won't cut. Okay, you guys know how I like to be frugal, so I print and cut this piece out, and I had all that space at the bottom, so I thought, well, I'll put something else down there. And when I printed it, both of the black lines lined up together, so I thought my machine's going to be confused. I better cut them apart. But I cut them crooked, so I got a marker, and I decided to marker in the black line that was missing at the bottom of this sheet, which was fine, and I thought that would work perfectly, and generally it does, but it kept coming back saying it couldn't work. So I finally figured out that it needed the white sheet at the bottom because the machine sees the contrast between the white and the black line, and then it worked perfectly. But anyway, bottom line is, if you should have a piece that the black line around your image isn't dark enough because your printer ink is low, you can use a marker and highlight it or darken it with a marker. And in my case, I had cut off part of the black line, so I was able to put it back on with a marker, and I just needed to make sure I had white sheet below the marker.